we got word problems today. So go ahead, take a moment, read this word problem, and then answer some questions for me. All right, so she has -$8 on the 6th day. So that's how we get 6 and -8. Every 3 days plus 3, she makes $2 plus 2. So when I write out the point slope form of the equation, I get y equals 2/3 times x minus 6. So minus opposite of that first number, and then minus 8. So when I graph this, 6 and -8 is going to be right here. Right, and then I have 2/3, so remember 2/3 means up to right 3, so up to right 3, and I can only do that once, and then I want to make sure I always fill out my graph, so I'm going to go do the opposite, down to left 3, so starting from here, down to left 3. So that's my graph on this table, but I want to find the slope-intercept form of the equation. So there are two ways to do this. You can go upwards on your graph to times 0. So above 6 would be 3 and above 3 would be 0. So we would want to go to right here. Sorry, it got filled up. Above -8 would be -10 and above -10 would be -12. So -12 is actually going to be my y-intercept. So when I write out equation, I got y equals 2/3 x because the slope hasn't changed, and it's just an x because now we're at times 0, and then I do -12. You can also, solve. So we have y equals 2/3 times x minus 6 minus 8. So first you could distribute. So this gives you 2/3x, and then 2/3, 2/3 times -6 gives me -4. So I have a -4. Everything else gets dropped down. So we get y equals, and then -8. These combine like terms. So -4 minus 8 is y equals 2/3 x minus 12. So you'd still get the same thing. Now, the next question asks us, how much money will she have after 36 days? So you can extend the table, but in this one, I'm going to solve it because I don't want to fill out my table and I already have stuff kind of written underneath here. So I'm going to use my slope-intercept form, or you could use your point slope form. And so after 36 weeks means we're going to replace this with a 36, and then we got -12. So I'm going to type this into my calculator exactly. All right, so what do you get if you type it in? All right, so we should have gotten 12. All right, next problem. So go ahead, take a moment, read problem 2, answer some questions for me. All right, so it says Javon decides to drive to school, and in 4 minutes, he was going 60 miles an hour. So that's what we started with. Geez, he was going fast. But every 2 minutes, his speed decreases by 1 mile an hour because he doesn't want to get a ticket. So minusing 1 because he goes down by 1 mile an hour every 2 minutes, started at 4 minutes at 60 miles per hour. Here's the filled out table. So when I write out my point slope form of the equation, I got y equals -1/2 times x minus 4 plus 60. All right, and I'm not gonna graph this. And so now I'm going to figure out the point slope form of the equation, but I want you to try it first. Okay, I want you to try it first. Either you can either extend the table or you can do the mathy way. So take a moment and do that. Here's how you go backwards on the table, and then in this side over here, this is the mathy way, but see how both of them I got 62? So I'm gonna put plus 62. Okay, then it asks how fast is he gonna go after 16 minutes. So in the last one, I plugged it in and solved. This time I'll extend the table. So it's counting by 2, so I got 10, 12, 14, 16 is what I'm going for, right? Because it says 16 minutes. All right, so I'm minusing 1, so I got 57, 56, 55, 54. And this is how I showed my work, was because I extended the table, okay? Or you can plug it in and solve. Either is fine. If you need more examples, we're gonna have some more on the back.